bitches?
Welcome back. It's been a while. This is our first episode we're recording in the new year. Not our first episode of the new year, but
It is.
we're back.
Has been a while. We took a little bit of a hiatus.
Yes, we did. A very much needed break, but we're back and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
So we're going to kick it out.
Kick it out.
See? That's what happens.
It's like riding a bike.
That's what happens when you take a break. You get rusty. No, we're going to kick it off with our wine.
And today, Myra graced us with 7 moons. I don't know what the fuck that was. What kind is... Oh, it's a red blend, too.
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Oh,
I've never had it. So
If you guys didn't notice, I'm obsessed with octopuses. And my husband got me an octopus aerator. And
That's very cool.
Fucking adorable.
Very cool. Okay, we're going to try this one before reading the bottle, just in case it gives it away.
Cheers.
Bing. Weird.
That is definitely a red blend.
That's a different kind of red blend than I've tasted.
It tastes like it has vanilla.
Doesn't it? That's what I was going to say.
Hold on a second. That is like... Discover the dark side. 7 Moons Dark Side Red Blend celebrates the phases of the moon by combining 7 grape varieties into a dark, rich red blend with a lush mouthfeel. That's a weird word to use. Uncork, pour, and enjoy. It does not tell us that there's anything. But it is a mix of Syrah, Merlot, Petit Syrah, Zinfandel, Cab, Malbec, and a Grenache.
Grenache. I definitely taste the Merlot and the Malbec.
But that tastes like vanilla.
Yeah, the vanilla taste. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's one of the Syrahs. I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
I don't know. But for me, it's not that bad. I mean, I could drink this. I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it's like middle of the road sweetness. It's not like
that vanilla is really throwing me off.
It's not overbearing, but I could. Oof.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Hurt.
I
sorry, no.
I had a
Reggie.
that's Finn.
Finn.
I had a glass of wine prior that was on my normal.
Yeah.
So this going
should
from
have,
that to like this.
We should have waited and started with this because it's hard. Because this like now it makes it taste like this is like super sweet.
Yeah.
Which it probably
and
isn't
it might
that
not
sweet.
be that sweet.
But
I don't know how I feel about this.
For me, if someone offered it to me, I would probably drink it again. I don't know if I'll buy it again just because it's a little bit on the sweeter side for me.
I'm curious what
it might taste better.
This is.
Again,
it's a 2019.
It might taste better chilled a little bit, like slightly. I don't know. What was that? You said 2018?
2019, and it's 13.5. Oops.
So Finn tried to eat the microphone. He really wanted to be a part of the podcast. Had to make sure he didn't eat it because he thought it was food.
Whose dog is that? They should probably train him.
You know, our fur babies. Yeah, they're always getting into stuff. But what he was really going for was the cheese and the strawberries. But I blocked him, so he tried to go for the mic instead.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So I see lots of cheeses on here. What are we doing?
There's 2 new ones.
Yes.
First one, next one we'll do in the next episode.
Yeah.
But we'll do one at a time. We'll do this one first. So this one, okay, yeah, we'll do this one first. So this one is it's aged 12 months, and it's a Gruyere, in the same family as the cave-aged one.
Oh, okay. That one was good.
The rind.
Not the rind of it.
No. Oof. So I told the cheese guy that I usually see, I was like, so my husband, this fucking guy, was like, I'm going to try the rind of the cave-aged cheese. And he did, and he thought it was nasty. Surprise. And my cheese guy was like, do not eat the rind off of that one. And
and
I was
worse?
Like, why? What happens? And he's like, instant diarrhea. And Bill is like, challenge accepted.
Oh, no. Did he eat it?
He has not yet.
Oh my god.
But I'd be curious to. I feel like he's going to at some point.
Okay, gotta do a follow-up video.
So-
Not of the diarrhea, but of him eating it.
Oh, sure.
That's right. Boop. That's good.
It is a little must.
It doesn't taste like
I like the other one. The
cave one.
Yeah, the one that was aged 6 months.
That one
3.
was like aged a little bit better, but this doesn't have a bad aftertaste. That's what I'm always looking at. There was that one cheese, and I don't remember what it was. That was just.
It does not have a bad aftertaste.
Oh, it was the brie, the mushroom brie or whatever it was.
Was it that one?
Was it a mushroom?
Or was it the one that we did at your house?
I don't remember, but I remember that it was like it had a funky taste, and I think that was the first one that I almost spit out. It was bad.
God, what was that?
Oh, just we gotta make sure we don't repeat it again. Might have to rewind back the episode.
Oh no, it was so at the place where I get my cheeses, it was a sample one. It was a tiny little guy, and it was one that tasted like brie. It wasn't brie, and Bill said he really liked it, and he came in and ate the rest of it.
Yeah, that's why you said it was like a brie, but it wasn't. I don't remember what it was, but
I had really high hopes.
It was not good.
No,
that's not bad.
No, that's not bad. I would probably eat that again.
Yeah,
buy it again. Yeah, I wonder what it tastes like with my vanilla wine.
Wash it down.
Let's do it.
It's good to be drinking wine again.
I know.
It's been a while. I know, it's hard to get used to after. So, do you want to just show the bottle of what we were drinking? I'm not even going to try to pronounce it.
No, but it is Italian. Mm-hmm. This is what we were drinking.
Before we started.
And I really like it. Did you get it?
You know, it's weird because it kind of, and maybe my taste buds might be off, but it kind of reminded me of a Bordeaux a little bit, just like the after flavor. But
Oh,
it's
see, I
pretty
think
good.
that one was a lot smoother. And it was just more dry. I like the dry, bitter wines.
I need a little bit of tart. Like, I don't mind dry wines, but I can't have that nasty formaldehyde smelling type
I have a question.
aftertaste.
I have a question for you. What is one ingredient in wine, like taste-wise, like a fruit or something that they put in wine that you just do not like?
Oh.
Like, is there...
I don't know what the ingredient is. I'm trying to think of, I don't know what the actual grape is. Maybe it's more, I taste it more in like Malbec blends type that have Malbec blended into it, where it has that sour aftertaste.
Malbec, it does have
I don't
a very
like that sour
aftertaste. I agree.
aftertaste. So that's the one thing I don't like. Now, I wouldn't turn it away. I'll still drink it. I'll finish the glass, but I wouldn't buy it. So that, and I don't like really, 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 really sweet wines, especially reds.
I think I figured out I do not like vanilla.
Oh,
I'm trying to drink it
I
fast.
like more blackberry, plum, like those deeper red type.
I'm just going to do this.
Those deeper red types of wine is what I like. So it's really hard.
I'm just going to go ahead and pour this in here for this episode. Actually, fuck it. Do the whole thing.
Just top it off. Hey, look, it's the same. There we go.
I did it on purpose.
There we go. So you can drown out the rest of the taste. So did you want to do another cheese or do you want to wait? Or did you want to do the other new one or do you want to wait?
We can wait.
Okay. I just want to try. Was this the buffalo?
Yeah, the buffalo.
Is that the one you were just coughing at? Oh, no, you said
I
pepper.
swallowed wrong.
Just... All right, let me try it.
And then that one was the other really good spicy one that we
Was
had
that a new
last
one?
time.
Or did we have it last time?
We did have it, but we've only had it once.
Did I have the buffalo one?
It's not that spicy.
It was the initial kick. Why did my voice get so high? It was weird. Hold on a minute. Mute that a little bit. Is that bad, but it tastes like I'm just drinking buffalo sauce.
I don't mind. Okay. Oh, also, meat. This is a new meat I had got. It is a Pinot Grigio.
Oh,
It's like made
interesting.
with Pinot Grigio.
Let me try it.
I think the other meat I usually get is made with Chianti.
Oh, is it?
But this one,
Are you getting this by the cheese place too in
Yeah.
Hy-Vee? Okay.
And the cheese guy in Hy-Vee Oakdale is awesome. He suggests really good stuff.
I need to go to your
He's
place.
He's fantastic. Every time I see him, he's like, guess what I have? Or, do you want to try this? And I'm like, yes.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is non-existent in Lakeville.
Really? Oh.
They're too busy sitting there talking.
And the cheese guy, so my favorite is the Deer Creek cheese. The one made with tequila specifically. Remember the spicy?
Tequila habanero?
Yep.
Ooh, I love that one.
He has been looking for it for me because they discontinued it for Hy-Vee stores.
Of course.
But he was like, I found another seller who is going to sell it. So I'm ordering a brick of it for you.
Oh.
Well, not for me, but he was like, because you
buy it.
I buy it so much. And he was like, it'll be here Friday. I'm cutting it up Saturday. And I was like, I will see you next Saturday. And then he said he was going to get another Deer Creek one made with bourbon.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it's spicy. It might be spicy.
That sounds like it would be good.
So I'm very curious about it. And I was like, I will be back for your Deer Creek cheese.
We're going to have to try that.
I think that's my favorite brand of cheese.
I love that tequila habanero. It's just like the right amount of spiciness, like right in the middle, and it's just...
And it's kind of creamy.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It's perfect. I also like your Trader Joe's here in Woodbury because they're always so friendly and they're always like recommending stuff. The one in Bloomington...
Actually, I will say I'm not a big fan of like the Trader Joe's cheeses.
I haven't tried their cheeses.
Maybe it's because I've eaten them so much. I'm kind of just like I have had all this, and they don't really switch it up very often. So I don't get a chance to try new things. I don't know.
Good. So I got a piece of pepper in my throat. So moving on, as I'm like we are actually going to talk about the most haunted road, allegedly, in Minnesota. I went down there, and I am not going to say the road yet. I'll just let you watch the video first.
Okay.
So we made it. It's a little bit over an hour and 50 minutes to the elusive allegedly most haunted road in Minnesota, and it's about 5 o'clock, and we try to get here a little bit before dark. Welcome to Timberlake Road. So here we are, Timberlake Road, and some of the stories that we've heard is the alleged haunting of the woman and her 3 kids. The legend has it that she returned home to find her 3 kids murdered, and she was so distraught and so upset that she hung herself. Now, people have said that they've seen her ghost haunting this road in search of the person who murdered her children. It is also said on this road that people see black shadow figures, they see ghostly white figures, red blinking eyes, red finger-like ghostly fingers coming out of the branches and the sticks. And some people have even said they've heard the mother talking to her 3 children and the children giggling. So this is the elusive, allegedly haunted Timberlake Road. And now the story goes that there isn't much activity during the day. Most of the stuff happens at night, so this is why we try to get here a little bit closer to the nighttime. But I guess we will find out. It's really hard to find a place to pull off during the wintertime. I'm sure it's a little bit easier during the summer months. But this is the Timberlake Road. And then we're going to head on down to the Colfax Cemetery. And we'll talk a little bit more about it when we get there. So here we are at Colfax Cemetery. That's right next door to the Timberlake Road right over there. This is said to be where the woman and her 3 children are buried. I didn't bother trying to look up the name just for privacy reasons. We'll probably come back when we can actually get in there because we're like knee deep in snow. But yeah, visitors here have said that they've heard ghostly sounds like dogs barking, which, you know, if you can kind of see, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there are houses around here, but not close enough to where you wouldn't be able to distinguish. They've seen children, ghostly children's wandering around, wailing woman, screaming, just a lot of eerie sounds and things going on. But it's really windy out here, so it's kind of hard to hear anything, to see if like we hear anything. And it'll be nice to come back here when there's not so much snow, where we can be a little bit more quiet and actually sit up in the cemetery. But this is Colfax Cemetery. We wanted to go a little bit further in, but obviously we can't get in there because of all the snow. So we'll be back. So yeah, we'll have to go back when it's warmer out because it was so windy, you know, it was hard to hear anything. And we stayed there until dark, until we like kind of got out of there, because there, one guy, actually, he was nice. He stopped and he was like, "You guys need any help?" Because we were on the side of the road.
Oh.
But then also there's like, there must be so many people that like go and try to do investigations and stuff, because they have no trespassing signs, like lore on some of the areas. So people must have been like going through people's property or whatever. But yeah, it was so windy, I couldn't like really pick up anything. I'm gonna listen to the audio on the night one to see if I can hear anything, but we want to go back when it's like warmer out so we can actually go into the cemetery, because like all those ghostly sounds of like hearing children, you know, laughing and the mother talking to her children and stuff like that, you can't really hear that from the road.
So I might have missed it because we were talking. But did you say that they were buried there? Like the mom was?
The mom and her kids.
Okay.
I didn't look up, well, I did try to look up her name and everything, but I didn't go too far into the research, because I thought about it and I was like, oh, they probably don't want to display too much for privacy reasons.
Right.
And I don't even actually know where on that road. Like,
how big was the cemetery?
It looks like, from just the aerial view, it doesn't look like it's that big. It looks like it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like somewhere that we've been. I don't know, maybe like the size of, if you were to like walk out the back of Brian and Andrea's deck, probably like the size of their deck, but also like probably, I want to say 100 yards past it. It's not that big of a cemetery. Not all the way to like the pond past the property, just like 100 yards from their house.
Is the no trespassing for the cemetery then?
I didn't see any signs.
Okay, because I was going to say, I think that's public property.
Yeah, no, there's no signs on there, but I couldn't even get up in there because
the snow was
so I looked at it, and it looked like it was just like kind of packed snow. You just walk up it. So I was like, oh, I'll walk up the hill, and I was like, start sinking. And then I kind of get stuck, and I'm like, I'm just going to turn around and talk right here.
They're like, not today.
I'm like, I'll come back. I'll come back when it's warmer out. And also, it was hard to kind of pull off because of all the snow.
Right.
Like to find a safe place to pull off.
Yeah, I'm shocked you guys went, looking at how snowy the roads were.
Well, I had him turn off his headlights when it got dark out. I walked by myself and kind of talked. I took a video of it, but I'll send that to you. And I want to just kind of listen and see if I hear anything like that I might not have caught with my ears. But it was so windy that I'm just like, I don't know how. You know what's weird is I'm surprised that the wind sounds didn't pick up on that mic. So that's must have really good noise cancellation. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, it's so windy here, and you don't hear anything.
Nothing. They're like, sure it is.
But yeah, it was like super windy. So I'm just like, and I want to do more of an investigation. So I'm gonna have to hold off until it's warmer.
investigation with the people you normally investigate with? Or
No,
just like informal?
Kind of if you
With
want to come
me.
down. Yeah, if you want to come down there, like we can go down there. We can do like our own informal.
That would be fun. Leave
thing.
everybody else and you and I can just walk around.
Mm-hmm.
I would really enjoy that.
Yeah, in the dark. That's what I did for a little bit. But I'm like, I didn't want to do it too long because he's like kind of following me with his lights off. And I'm like, I don't want someone to see from their house and be like, what's going on out there? Because at first I didn't have my light on my camera. So you just see me walking. And I'm like, you probably can't see me right now. So I'm just like walking. It looks creepy. And then I put the self-illumination on and then like I was talking.
Yeah.
But it's really dark there's no lights.
I would totally do that. That would be
really
fun.
dark on that road. So if it's warmer out, we'll have more area to kind of venture because there's spots in the woods that aren't on property.
Okay.
So we can kind of like walk through there because that's where people see stuff. And like I said in the video, there hasn't really been many reports of anything happening during the day. And I didn't get to watch the whole video, but another paranormal team that we know and that we've done some investigations with, Search for Spirits. They did an investigation out there. I don't know if they caught anything. I didn't get to watch the entire video, but I kind of want to go back when it's warmer. That's when they went out. They went when it was there's no snow on the ground because it's kind of hard.
So we'd probably have to do fall.
That would probably be the best time
Because
to do
spring is still cold, but then it gets darker super late. It starts getting...
And summer is buggy, so I don't know if you want to deal with
But
speeders.
no, I'm worried about the time. Like, the sun doesn't set, and I gotta go to bed early. I'm old.
Yeah. I mean, that was a long trip, so, I mean, it's quite a drive out there, so you want to definitely go when it's...
Right. And I'm in bed usually by 8:30.
I aim for that. Sometimes
We
I
do.
am. Sometimes I make it.
It is a little bit later sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I make it by that time, but...
However, I like to at least lay in bed
Right.
by 8:30. Old as fuck.
But yeah, that was Timberlake Road. I'm kind of bummed because, I kind of wanted to experience something. I got in some sections that I was walking when I was walking by myself. I did get some heavy feelings, but I don't know if that's because, you know how when you psych yourself out because you're in the dark, you're by yourself. And no, I wasn't completely by myself because he was in the car. But when I was walking,
you were still by
he was
yourself.
still far back, and I was walking by myself along the woods and stuff.
Right.
So you get that kind of feeling like your senses are more heightened. So you're like, but I wish I could have spent more time. But it was so late. And by that time, I think it was almost like 9 o'clock. I mean, late according to kid time because we had Gio in the car. So,
Well,
but yeah,
so my family came from a farm, like Pennsylvania, is where we had, on my grandma's side, originated from. New Bethlehem is the area. And when we went and visited when I was 7 or 8, I don't even know how old I was a creepy ass kid. So when we went to the cemetery to see where like all our family was buried because everybody had been buried at this one particular cemetery in Pennsylvania. My creepy ass as a fucking child wandered by myself just through the whole thing. Yeah, I just wandered. Like it.
Well, sometimes you can pick up on more when you're by yourself.
Oh, well, it was intense and kind of amazing at the same time. It was weird.
Another thing that was kind of weird to me when we were down there is, you know how even now in the wintertime you'll hear like squirrels, you hear birds, just stuff like that. It was just like eerily quiet out there. Like that was another thing that we picked up on. Like we didn't hear anything. We didn't hear any animal sounds. We heard the wind,
weird.
but there wasn't like, you hear snow falling, you hear trees creaking usually when they're blowing in the wind.
Super quiet.
Super quiet. Almost like a dead zone.
That is really weird.
And I was just like, I don't know. That kind of creeped me out because I'm just like, I didn't see any animals. No squirrels, nothing. You know how
no tracks, nothing?
No tracks, nothing. And you know how you usually see like something?
Yes.
Like maybe deer tracks. I don't know, coyotes,
Yeah.
you would think, out in that area because it's like in the
Right.
middle of nowhere. But I didn't really see much, so it was kind of weird. Even when I was standing on the road, not just driving, but I was actually standing on the road and I was kind of talking and looking behind me. There was like nothing, and I was just like,
super
this
weird.
is weird.
It's
But
weird.
and it's hard for me too, which is why I want to go back because you know the claims of the dogs barking and stuff like that. That one's a little bit harder for me because there are, even though it's in the middle of nowhere, off in the distance there are houses and
Well,
stuff.
and I'm assuming farm lands.
Yeah, and
a lot of them
they're
have
pushed
dogs.
back
That's
and
a
they're far
thing.
enough away, so I think you could distinguish between a actual physical dog bark and a ghost dog bark. But that
they
one
were
was hard
thinking
for
it was
me.
like ghost dogs.
Yeah, they were saying that they were hearing phantom dog barks. And that one's
I mean,
tough for
anywhere
me.
where there's houses. I mean, our street, every person on the street owns a dog, so it's kind of.
And that's the thing. And with the hearing the wailing and the screams of a woman, that one would be weird.
Foxes
And coyotes can
sound
kind of
like
make
women
that
screaming.
And coyotes can make that sound
Yes.
too.
So that is a little like.
Or someone could actually be getting murdered in one of those houses. We don't know. But
I feel like in those
the children laughing, all those stuff, hearing it, I feel like I might be able to debunk because of the houses. But if I actually saw, some people said they saw children running through the actual graveyard. That one I don't know. I would have to see it for myself in order to see if I can disclaim it. I wish they had pictures of it, but no one had any online that I saw.
Well, yeah.
That it was all
It's all
accounts of what
hearsay.
people saw.
It's different when you experience it yourself.
I know. That's what I said.
It is.
Because it's just like you pick up on stuff, you see it, and I get it. I mean, there's some stuff that people post and you're like, oh, that's hokey, that's fake. I get it because it's hard to believe because you weren't there. Right. But when you are there and you're experiencing it, yeah, looking back on it, it does look kind of fake, but it isn't.
Right.
So I don't know. I want to go back. I'm excited when it gets warmer out so that we can see if we experience, especially in the graveyard. I think I want to start with that first and sit in there, maybe do some sessions.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I agree. Oh my gosh. So I've been, do you use TikTok? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming. Okay. So there's this lady on there. She goes by Anti-Matrix. And it is all glitches in the Matrix type styles. Like, she reads people's stories. She gets hundreds and hundreds of these weird things. So this last one I watched, this mom took her daughter to a Goodwill. Mm-hmm. And they were walking around a Goodwill, and this little girl was like, I want these Frozen shoes. Old, worn shoes. It even had a signature at the bottom of the shoe.
Of the last kid?
Yeah, who had them.
Yeah.
So she's like, fine. Okay, that's fine. You like to play dress up. Let's get them. Brings them home. Uh-oh. She starts cleaning the house. The next day, she found an identical pair of shoes with the same name written on the bottom of the shoe that they had just bought from the fucking
So they put
Goodwill.
them together and it was two pair?
It was two different pairs. And they were worn in exactly the same spots.
Weird.
The bow was missing on the same shoe as the other one.
Weird.
And she's like, I don't know what happened. I called her dad and was like, did you buy her a pair of Frozen shoes? He said no. Grandparents gifted her a pair of Frozen shoes, completely different. But she reads stories like this. And she's like, how did I get two pairs of the same exact shoes with the same name at the bottom of each in my house?
Sometimes,
it's fucking weird.
I can't remember where I was reading it, or either it was a video they were talking about kind of time loop or time rips and stuff, alternate realities, dimensions where we have another person, kind of like a doppelganger, but they're in a different dimension. And sometimes how there's an imbalance and there could be a rip and that they kind of bleed into each other. Maybe that's what happened.
And I saw another one today where it was I don't remember the creator's name who posted that. And she's like, I just thought, okay, somebody, you must have, that has to have an explanation.
Right.
Like, she went on about it. And then she wears glasses, and she has a high prescription. So she gets hers made for her. Like, she orders them, and they're like $200 a pop per glasses.
Yeah.
She's like, the ones I have on now are my like fun glasses. I do my workouts, whatever. Mm-hmm. She pulls out the other ones, and she's like, these are the ones I wear when I want to go out because they're nice. Mm-hmm. They're really nice glasses.
Like a higher end one, yeah.
She went and looked in, I think it was a nightstand, could be wrong, found a black case, and she's like, oh, that's weird. Pulls out the same exact glasses, her nice glasses, and she was like, I would have known if I bought these. Mm-hmm. How did I get these? Where'd these come from? She called the company that she bought them from and was like, how many pairs of glasses did I order from you or did I get from you? Because she was like, let's figure this out. Right. There has to be a fucking explanation for this. They're like, one. And she's like, how did I get this? And it was her prescription and everything.
Because it's probably in the other dimension herself.
That
put
lost.
She
was
probably
like,
either lost it or she put it in that nightstand, and then for some brief period of time it crossed, and then she lost it in the other dimension and doesn't know where it is, and then it ended up in her reality.
And she was like, is my other self in what other universe looking for this fucking pair of glasses? Because I would have known if I spent $200 on this pair of glasses. And so I'm on this like rabbit hole TikTok.
I understand that completely. I've had stuff that shows up. I put it in one spot and it will show up in another spot randomly. And I was like, it could be the dimension thing or it could be a ghost messing with me. But that's creepy.
It reminds me of like when you say like children, like in the cemetery, children running around. Like, is that
ghosts or are they from another dimension and we're just briefly seeing them?
I don't know. Now this like down the spiral of TikToks, I'm like, I don't know it's real anymore.
It's got me thinking though, because I had an older pair of glasses that were kind of bent and stuff that I use as my kind of beat up glasses. When I had pink eye, those were the glasses that I was wearing because I'm like, I don't want to wear my nice ones, And I put them in my nightstand, and I don't know where they went. Like, I haven't seen them since. I know I probably would have kept them as a backup in case I ever, because I was working at the daycare at the time, in case I ever got pink eye again, I would have used them as a backup because I don't want to use my nice Michael Kors ones because those were expensive. I don't know where they are. So it's like, did I lose them or did that other reality merge? My other me, has it.
Isn't that so
And now
weird?
I'm looking for mine. I don't know.
But
look her up. About it.
Look her up, Anti-Matrix, and she reads all these stories. And then she goes live a lot, and she's like, did you guys like this? Do you believe it? And she has a poll, so you can say, no, that sounds hokey as fuck.
That's nice.
And I don't know. It's really cool, though, and I get, kind of sucked into it.
Another person that's kind of like that, but he kind of reviews videos, or, he gives his opinions on the videos, or he asks what the audience thinks. On, I think it's YouTube. It's either Mr. Frostmare or Frostmares.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
His voice is, at first when I first started listening to him, I'm like, God, he's got a weird voice, but now it grips me in. He's got this voice that kind of draws you in, and the way he goes up and down when he's talking, and he's got an accent and stuff like that. I don't like the way he says curious. He says querious. That's the only thing. But other than that, I love watching him. He's kind of like her.
Okay.
Just kind of that's weird. Yeah.
I love all that weird shit.
Oh, I do too.
Brings me joy.
But that's going to do it for us, guys. If you know anything or you've visited Timberlake Road or you have any extra stuff, commentary, we do have some comments from our users that we will address on a different episode. I haven't got a chance. I'm sorry. Sometimes Casper responds to them, but I haven't got a chance to respond directly. We got a lot of comments on our Chris Watts story that I haven't got a chance to respond to. Thank you for writing in. We love it because it gives good dialogue.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to read that next time because there was a lot.
See, and to be honest, I find it very weird for me to watch myself, so I do not watch them myself because I find it very awkward.
I watch them.
So Myra's always like, look at this comment, this comment.
Yeah.
So I know what's happening. So I do appreciate that.
We appreciate it and we love the dialogue, and I'll have to respond to those, get caught up and stuff like that. Sometimes we do it real time, or not real time, but sometimes we'll do it like as we're watching it air on Thursday. Like I'll try to like write in and stuff like that. But the most comments I saw was on the Chris Rock
I
one.
know.
Some people had some opinions. It was interesting. It was good dialogue. I loved it. And some people had stuff that I didn't know about, and some people had stuff I didn't agree with, and I agreed with.
I did see the Yeah.
I mean, it's great. We love it because like it gives new
it
dialogue.
It sparks conversation and it helps.
And it gives different opinions too.
Right.
Like people viewing it or like giving different perspectives of it. So that's what I like about it.
I do too.
It's great. But until then, that's all we got.
Yep. And we'll see you on the other side.